Hey, this is Charlie Benante from Classic 78.
This is Tom Higgins from Classic 78.
And this is Joe McGinnis from Classic 78. And you're listening to Tom and Zeus on Shout It Out Loudcast.
Woohoo!
Oh, boy. Here we go.
This is Gene Simmons.
Put that cookie down.
Yes.
I'm pressing the button.
Stockbroker Simmons. Star? Paul Stanley. Is that what he does?
Stop shouting.
He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the kiss cards.
Is that a positive thing? Okay.
All right.
I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow.
Why? Why do that to the fans?
Stop it.
Why? Because fuck them. That's all.
What are you talking about?
617-525-08. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss? Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 277. Gene Simmons Vault.
Yes. Oh, you guys mean the silly safe?
Yeah, I think we're about 6 years late on this one, Tom.
That's okay. Hey, better late than never. Give it time to marinate. Now we can break it down.
That's right.
Yep.
Marinate.
Yep. Marinate.
We used to
Oh,
say,
pew.
somebody used to marinate the couch
Ugh.
in the middle of the lobby. Pew.
Ugh. Well, that's what we're doing right about now. It's about 95 degrees right now in the Northeast, so
Some
we're
of us
all marinating
Some
right
of us
now.
are cooking. Oh, anyway, Tom, last week was tour episode. We did the Dress to Kill tour. Man, I love doing these. They're a lot of fun.
Me too. I love them. Yep. And we did a poll as always. So with the tour polls, it's usually obviously song related. So the poll question was, which of these is the favorite song of yours that they performed on the tour? And the four options were Dress to Kill songs. So She, Come On and Love Me, Rock Bottom, Rock and Roll All Night. 46% of you picked the right answer, which is Come On and Love Me. She at 27%, Rock Bottom at 22%, and 5% of you are sick of Rock and Roll All Night.
This looks like Rock and Roll All Night hit rock bottom.
Our buddies from Pantheon themselves, the jammin' section of She was killer in 1975. Yes, it was. It's a great one. Blue-Eyed Scorpio 76. Come On and Love Me, but Rock Bottom is also great. Actually, I think they are all awesome. Kiss Army March On. Yeah, you can't really miss on any of those off the studio version of the album or on a live. They were just all absolutely bonkers. So good. Our good friend Amber Fiber Magic Queen. I have a few weeks episodes to catch up on. Looking forward to this one. Well, first of all, Amber, why are you behind on episodes? Okay. We're going to give you one strike. That's it. One strike equals 3 strikes. Catch up. Twisted Kister. I wish there was extensive footage that existed for this era as far as touring, just to see the shift from pre-Alive to post-Alive. What a whirlwind 75 to 78 had to be for these guys. Can't even imagine seeing Kiss and Black Sabbath on the same bill in that era. Yeah, imagine that. That would have been absolutely nuts. Let's move along here. That's what we got for Twitter this week, Zeus.
All right. Over on our Book of Face, Tom, the great Thomas Warhol says, great episode, guys. Uh-oh. Ryan Michael Spencer.
Oh, jeez. Here it comes.
Ramaswamy Nimrata, H.W. Bush, Rodham Clinton, Scott.
Nimrata.
I love these tour episode, guys. Truly so unique and informative. Why you two are the best. The stage descriptions, costumes, set lists, etc. is so interesting when it's broken down and hearing your opinions. Simply thank you both for the weekly work you do on your podcast. P.S. Have you listened to the new Pearl Jam album, Dark Matter? Sorry, not Kiss related. No, but it is Shout It Out Loudcast related, and there's the difference. And so that's appreciated, Ryan.
Yes, and I have listened to Dark Matter, and I'll give a one-word review since we're not going to talk about Pearl Jam. Spectacular.
I like it. I do. Pearl Jam, when Eddie Vedder became the musical director, pisses me off. And get the stupid hat off your fucking head and stop playing the guitar in concert. You have two killer guitarists. It's about as stupid as when I see Mick Jagger holding a guitar.
Yep.
Take the guitar out of your hands, grab the mic like you did in the fucking early 90s, do that stupid upside down smile face of yours, and just rock out. I don't need any other nonsense from you. Put that guitar down. Yeah, he fucking annoys me.
Yeah, I
Annoys
agree.
me.
Well, he's annoying to begin with, but I will say one more thing. He actually sings on this album. It's not he's singing. The band sounds great. It's a fucking great album.
Oh, I enjoy it. I enjoy it too.
It's a great album.
Just get the guitar out of your fucking hand. You shouldn't have a guitar. You want to go see, I don't know, a band like somebody you can think of like Twisted Sister, and you see Dee Snider with a guitar in his hand. You'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Stop it.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Anyway, let's go to Loudcasters. Christopher Tasman says, "Come On and Love Me, a classic." I agree for sure, but I wish Paul felt that way about it. Arg.
Yeah. When I first read that, I'm like, wait a minute, is this guy trying to tell me that this song is not a classic? But he's right.
Yeah. Paul's, who knows?
Say Yeah is a classic, not Come On and Love Me.
Justin Seal, great episode, guys. Love that album, The Tour. I'm with Tom, having this tour number 1 so far, but I think Loudcasters may have put both you in Kiss Tard's timeout for removing Gut to Choose.
Oh.
It's a money shot Kiss song, guys. Dude, it's a decent
terrible
song, but early Kiss, black and white Kiss, there are other songs that are better than that.
Yeah, they breathe life into that live, but it's hanging by a thread for me. It's not that good.
Josh Brown, we agree on the thought of the band being as hungry as ever as they were during this tour. It was make or break time. Thankfully, it was make. I always love the tour retrospects, especially anything pre-farewell tour. Mm-hmm. As I've said before and say it again, the Loudcasters that get it will always wave the flag and draw the swords and stones for the podcast against people that just want to cause trouble and don't get it. Awesome episode as always. Thanks, Josh.
Why are you being so troublesome? Causing trouble.
Over on Pretty Boy Floyd MS says Kiss Alive is not only my favorite Kiss album, it's my favorite live album of all time. Heavy Metal Farmer says, hey, I'm Metal Mark. I made the show. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It reminds me of that clip I sent you recently when Mr. Anderson, who always gets their names wrong, was like, it must been those other boys, Buford and Bernardo. And then Beaver's like, Bernardo.
He's like walking and going, ooh, Bernardo. I am Bernardo.
He has the best lines. Peekaboo. Anytime he moonskin bunny. Oh,
I'll tell you what, you know what's underrated is the movie they did and the soundtrack to it.
Oh yeah.
Beavis and Butthead Do America. Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh. There's another great newer episode of theirs where this fat kid, their parents are so trying to get him to have friends, kind of like some people we know, Tom. And they're like letting Beavis and Butthead come over, and they're like, it's going to bring out the shell of him. And they fucking give Beavis obviously all this fucking sugar, and he's like doing cornholio.
Yep.
Oh, we get it. Boing to you too. And they're the parents are like, boing. Beavis is boing.
Oh God, so
Greatest
good.
Fucking part of the 90s. Beavis and
Yep.
Butthead. Wheel guitar device. Also, did Tom sing like an angel or am I mad?
No, I sing like an angel. I let it out once in a while. Thanks for the kind words.
Yeah. Tom, back to you.
Let's see what we got on Instagram this week. Our buddy Junior Vintage, this is what I love about your show. I didn't know the J.R. Smalling story on how he came up with the famous Kiss intro after watching a Toyota commercial. And when do we get the 1986 Peter Criss Balls of Fire tour review? I believe they did a few shows at a bowling alley. Oh, God. Yeah. You know what? Maybe when we exhaust all the Kiss tours, we'll start to break down individual Kiss member tours. I don't know if we'll ever get to that point, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. In 40 years from now, we'll get to it. Oh,
all right. Let's look at a couple of emails here. This comes to us from our website at shoutoutloudcast.com. If you comment on there, we get it in the form of an email. This comes from Zan Garretts. Hey, T&Z, been listening to you guys for 2 months, and I've totally binged the show. I love the Dress to Kill episode. I would have loved to hear Getaway on Alive. Peter Criss is the man. Also, Kiss and Black Sabbath on the same bill, just crazy. Imagine being backstage, Gene watching the Sabbath guys doing ounces of grade A Colombian disco shit with Ace and Peter. Must have been a great time to be alive. Keep on doing what you're doing, dudes. I'll keep listening. Greetings from Belgium. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. And then our good buddy, the Thunder from Down Under, the man behind Frozen Tears, Thanos Akratides. How are you boys? What a tour this would have been to see. I think almost like the calm before the storm. Great set list, raw energy on stage, not to mention the hunger to succeed at any cost. Dress to Kill is one of my favorite Kiss albums. Perfect blend of rock that sounded even more bombastic live. Just imagine us being transported to that time would have been just amazing. P.S. Zeus, House of Lords is a great band.
That's fucking horrendous music.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, honest. Oh, he really, we usually don't comment on dome damage. He got a kick out of your Assassin's Creed Odyssey story.
I found the clip. I'm going to post it on the episode, Tom. When my guy gets fucking tossed onto a table.
Oh, salad, man. I don't toss my salad. Mike Grimes. Hey, guys, I was completely psyched to see this week's subject with the Dress to Kill tour. The second to last date of the tour was my first Kiss show. When I was 11 years old, I got word that Kiss would be coming to my tiny hometown of Owensboro to play the 5,000 seat capacity sports center. Less than 2,000 showed. I bought advance ticket number 11 for $5 at Waxworks Record Store. Might have actually been the first ticket, as oftentimes the first 10 or so are held for giveaways. And he shared a picture of like the frame of the poster. Pretty awesome. Wow. Thank you, Mike. Then he adds a little bit more information about it. And of course, that's the co-owner of The Basement and Grimey's new and pre-loved music in The Basement East in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, Grimey.
Yep.
Our buddy John Gross sends us a picture from his real estate agency holding up a sold sign while wearing a Shout It Out Loudcast t-shirt. John, that's the way to do it, brother. Congrats. I'm assuming that you're holding that sign because you just bought a piece of property, or maybe you sold a piece of property and you were doing it while wearing a Shout It Out Loudcast shirt. Either way, congrats, buddy.
Chances are someone wearing a Shout It Out Loudcast shirt is in front of their foreclosed house at their auction.
And Zeus is their bankruptcy attorney.
Stop the sale.
I'm on a very fixed income. All right, let's finish up here. We got a great, wonderful email from our good buddy Trent Bally. We just wanted to give him a shout out. We're not going to read the email, but we just wanted to acknowledge that he sent it to us. And Trent, thank you for sharing that, buddy. And we're going to finish up feedback with an email from R.J. Jordan. Tom and Zeus, long-time listener, but I'm first time reaching out. When I first discovered you guys a few years back, I thought, shit, just what I need. Another fucking Kiss podcast in my life. But I'm glad I took the time to dig in, as you become my favorite by far. I'm a fan of Album Review Crew and Dome Damage 2. I'm a fellow masshole, born in Western Mass, grew up in the Cape, and now I live in Rochester, New York. So you guys remind me of home because you talk like me and the guys that I grew up with. Your Dress to Kill tour review was fucking spot on, as well as your comment about this being the crowning moment for black and white Kiss. Not that I don't love the Super Kiss era, as I first discovered the band through a live 2 in 78 when I was 9, but the scrappiness and danger of the originals era was a true underdog story that needs to be celebrated. Full disclosure, I've worked at radio stations and in the record industry for the last 40 years, so I find it pretty hard to listen to podcasts without being critical. But with you guys, I can just pop in the earbuds and enjoy every show. You never beat your chest about your opinions and approach your show from a fan perspective. We Loudcasters are wicked lucky to have you two boneheads. Thanks again for all you do, and go Celtics, RJ Jordan. Well, we appreciate the kind words, including us being called boneheads. And of course, we appreciate you being a huge fan and us being your favorite. And because of that, RJ, you are the comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm going to be watching you.
Yeah. That thing was awesome. What a great email. Thank you so much.
Love that. Thank you, RJ. Much, much, much appreciated.
All right, Tom. And the other thing we appreciate is our Patreon family. And we have a new member of the Demon tier.
Yeah.
That is Damian McGinnis.
Woohoo!
Yes. I think Damian had a few Guinnesses when he submitted his ARC picks. As we try to tell everybody, when you make your ARC pick from Patreon, you're only allowed one pick. I don't know how many he submitted, and I think he kind of told us, oops. I think I was shit-faced when I emailed you guys.
Guys, I'm real sorry. It's a little overserved. Don't forget about that dangerous toy submission. I had a couple too many.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to submit Origins Volume 8. Ace sings the songs of Led Zeppelin.
What's the first track going to be on that, Zeus?
Good times, bad times.
Yeah, but how does that open up? What's the first line?
In the days of my youth, I was so I mean to be a man.
Oh. See what happens when you join Patreon? We can have fun with you like we're having fun with Damien right now as we thank him. Go ahead, Zeus.
Anyways, Damien, thank you for joining. Patreon is where people can come, contribute to the show in one of 4 tiers. Damien picked the Demon tier, which is much appreciated. And with those tiers come different things you get from us, whether it be the T-shirt or stickers or involvement or input or obviously, like we just mentioned, the ARC picks, the March Madness involvement, polls, a ton of stuff. And our Patreon has always consistently grown. It is yet to take a step back. And that's because we keep adding more and more people because I think they see the value in it. And we appreciate you guys more than you know because you're a big help to the show. So people out there that want to contribute and want to see the show continue to grow, your help and contribution is a big reason why. And the best way to do that and help our show out, join our Patreon family. How do you do that? You go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. Right there on the landing page is a link. It'll say Patreon. You can't miss it. Click on that. Find the tier that works for you and come join the fun. We appreciate you. We can't thank you enough. And thank you, Patreon family members and Damien specifically.
Yeah, guys, you're the best. We thank you every week. So grateful for everything, whether you're brand new to the party like Damien or you've been here since day one. Truly, truly appreciate all your support and generosity. It's amazing. And as Zeus mentioned, we always like to give back to you guys with a bunch of different things. So please check us out at patreon.com or click on the Patreon link from our website at shoutoutloudcast.com. And by the time this episode drops, the Patreon poll for the June ARC album will be live. So that will be live. I'll tell you right now, a lot of you guys came in at the tail end with some strong submissions.
Thank God. We say this all the time. We love all our Patreon members, but sometimes you guys, we're like, you know us, you know what we're going to put out there as one of the selections for you guys to choose from. Pick something that would make sense.
And I'll tell you right now, here's the thing. It's 80s rock or hair metal or not, whatever. We want people to feel part of this. So I'm sorry. We want your submissions, but ultimately we're going to pick what gets put in the poll. We want you guys to be part of this. We want it to be difficult for us to put the Patreon poll together. I'll tell you right now, this month, it was very easy because there weren't that many good albums to pick from.
No, there was, I would say, more than a handful of things. I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck this is.
Yeah. And I will say this, though, on the flip side, some good news. There were a few picks that are on my personal list that if they don't make this poll, you may see them down the road anyways. So anyways,
I had a few like that too, but they all came in late.
Yeah, they all came in late. All came in late. But anyways, again, huge debt of gratitude to all you guys. Damien, again, thank you so much. Stay sober when you're voting this time when the poll goes up, brother.
Yeah, Tom, we skip over now to Kiss World.
Crickets, except for by the time this episode drops, it has been confirmed that on Thursday, May 23rd, the 45th anniversary of Dynasty will be loaded up with merch on kissonline.com. So by the time you hear this episode, it'll all be sold out and on eBay for triple the price. So unfortunately, it's probably going to be the same thing. We don't know. I could take a guess right now. Picture disc, swirled vinyl, fucking something that a lot of people don't want. But of course, I'm a dope, so I'll buy it all. Other than that, I mean, again, quiet right now. Real quiet.
We know that our friend Paul is going to be interviewed soon with someone that we know pretty well and tell us they're going to have him on their show. We're looking forward to that.
Yep.
And they actually were kind enough to ask us, hey, do you have any questions you think you might want to ask Paul?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Will they get asked? Will they get answered? It's a different question, but
who knows?
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that interview. It should be coming out shortly.
Yep.
Gene, preparing for his tour and everything. I think he did some shows recently. I think he was on the Adam Carolla show or something like that.
Yep, that's right.
Tommy living his life. Eric is crickets.
Yeah.
Ace is touring. Ace did have that funny comment. He's like, yeah, the band, my record label, like it's like a fucking, as though it's Geffen Records in the late 80s. And they want me to put out a live album. I nixed that and said, I'm doing Origins Volume 3. Yeah, people videotape my stuff anyways, and then they see like maybe a misheard lyric or something. What's he saying?
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then he's like, and then when they fix it, they're going to be like, that's not live.
All of which is 100% true. At least he's right.
Yeah. Or someone said, dude, nobody wants to buy this fucking live performance.
No.
And it's too bad because, I'd love to hear the band behind them.
Yeah.
Ryan and Jeremy and Scotty and all those guys. And even Dave at some point. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And I get what he's saying too, but it's just kind of fucking shaky.
He also posted something on Facebook. He took another picture of his feet up on the dashboard. Hey, should I bring back the sock pictures?
Is that what we got going on now?
That's weird.
Seriously.
That's Kiss World. Ace taking pictures of his fucking socks.
Should he have his socks back on? Like,
which brings me back.
Does he have anything? I mean, God bless him. God bless him. He's out there doing something. At least he's in the news. Does he have anything interesting to say these days? Like, he's done the rounds a million times on this tour and stuff.
No.
I mean,
let's be serious here. There's maybe Gene is the only one that would have something interesting to say these days because he's active, because he's touring, because there's something going on with him, which kind of leads me to the point I was just going to bring up very briefly. How do they think that there's going to be any interest in 2 or 3 years with these avatars when the band has completely evaporated since Madison Square Garden? Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing out there. I don't know.
But wouldn't that more likely mean that someone would want to see stuff because they haven't been around? If the end of the road was just continuing again,
I get
for
that. No, I get
the
that
end of
too.
Eternity tour, and then they go right into the avatars, people are like, how can we miss you if you've never gone away?
I get that. And I know Pop House just did the acquisition, so it's probably going to take time before product or whatever starts to roll out, you know, whether like documentaries or TV spots or whatever. I get it. But it's just weird how, like, if you're not like us, if you're not in Kiss world, you didn't even, you're like, oh, that band, oh, yeah, they're done, right? They're not doing anything right now, you know?
The only final Kiss news is we're getting closer to releasing Raise Your Glasses.
That's right. Almost done. The finish line is approaching.
The info and song contributions and things like that will be completed by the end of this month.
By the end of the month. And it's going to be, oh my goodness. And that's why it's taken a little bit longer than we wanted to, because we wanted to make sure we had everything we wanted in this book.
You guys are going to be fucking blown away.
It's awesome.
So if you know us, and specifically me, I always talk about this on this show. I'd rather give people more and let them decide what they don't want to listen to, or
that's
don't
right.
want to. I don't want to give less. So we've got a fucking shit ton of content that's going to come to you.
It's awesome.
Going to fucking blow your mind when you see the numbers
and the way that it's organized, and the way that it's organized. It's the kind of book that you can pick up when you want, put it down, pick it back up. You know, it's going to be fantastic. The layout. We're getting really jacked.
Yeah, it's at this point now we're at the finishing stages.
Yep.
And we're super excited seeing kind of like the specs and the contributions from all our excellent fucking contributors lining up and seeing it as a whole. To see it in actuality, you know, obviously not physical because it's not printed yet, but to see like the digital version of it, or however you want to call it, to see it, it's really amazing. And we can't wait to just get it out there as soon as we can. And obviously we'll keep you guys posted on the progress of it, but it's coming sooner than later, brother. The best way I can describe what we're going to give you, because I don't want to overhype it and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
If you guys know us, does it seem like we just wing this fucking show?
Never. Exactly.
Does it seem like that?
It's a great point.
Does it seem like we're like, what do you want to do this week? I don't know. Let's just shoot the shit in a round table. I don't go fuck. I don't.
Yeah. Right.
Let's invite fucking so-and-so from Boise, Idaho to join us on the show and just, I don't know, talk about fucking Kiss albums. Like, you know,
never.
Everything is fucking detailed and for us, if you're listening to us, exciting. Something you want to. We put our effort in. We don't disrespect you, the listeners, and it will be the same thing about this book. We don't disrespect you by putting out shit. It's
the same thing that we said. We say this all the time. It's the same thing when we did the podcast. We wanted to make a Kiss podcast that we would want to listen to, just like Kiss. Kiss wanted to make a band that they wanted to listen to. We're creating a book that we would want to buy as a Kiss fan.
We have all the Kiss books. Yep. Some are better than others. And what we're thinking is, how would we rank this? Where would we put this? What would we complain about other books? How can we make it our book not have those problems? Yep. How can we add things that we like? You guys, I'm telling you, I truly believe if you listen to this show, you are fucking going to love this book.
You're going to love it. It's good. Yeah, we're excited for it. We
and it's coming sooner than you think. So
That's right.
Anyway, Tom, let's take a quick little break and see if we can get Ace to make a contribution to the book before we take a step back. Ace, want to write a couple things for our Kiss book coming up? Have you read my book? I got a bunch of regrets. Amongst them, selling the makeup. What the fuck was that?
Okay, we're back, and Ace is having a really hard time with the vault. I'm trying to tell him that it's really not a really fully functional vault. He's just having. I keep spinning this knob; it's not unlocking. Like Ace, you just got to pull it. You just got to pull it, buddy.
Yeah, I want to keep it safe and put my diet Dr. fucking Peppers in there and some cashews and hide it in the vault.
I told Laura if summer's coming, I got to keep my ducky swim trunks safe. Put them in the silly safe and lock it up.
I got that chisel too that I shaved down my bunions. It's a one of a kind that I got from Genghis Khan. His family left it to me, and I cut off my bunions with that shit and saw it down. So that my socks can fit. Oh man.
Anywho. Oh, no.
I got gallons instead of toenails on my feet. Watch out if you're in bed with me. I'm liable to scratch your leg off.
Go to acefreely.com for a guitar pick made out of my toenails. Special edition.
Hey, why is this one yellow? Ah, shit. I had some fungi growing that month. Fuck.
Bad case of the gout infected my toenails. How did we end up on Ace's fucking toenails? What is the matter with us? How did we get it?
Because I'm thinking of that picture he had on the Monsters of fucking Cock Cruise, and he's got his feet up on the thing. I'm like, ew.
He's got like his those flip flops from like the 70s with his like curly toes,
and they're all like faded out from fucking moldy feet fungi.
He is definitely the kind of guy that wears sandals in the pool. Hey, Lara, get my water shoes.
Oh, God. My feet are fucking terrible. I can't get pedicures. I gotta pay extra.
Oh, God.
You know those ones where you put your foot in the water with all the fishy? The fishes all die. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh, my God. How does this happen?
Scoop them up. We can fry them like sardines.
Stupid. God almighty. What does it matter with us? God. And we're completely stone cold sober on a Wednesday. Imagine if we were shit-faced recording an episode. Maybe that'll be a Patreon bonus. The Drunk Cast.
Yeah, that should be wonderful.
Ugh.
Well, Tom, the reason why we decided to do an episode on the vault is because me and you just kind of got the vault.
That's right. Yeah.
So on the website they promoted, they had a little bit of a special. You can get the vault basically for $500.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And they, for a while there, they had, you could just buy the CD, the dolls, and the book. You could buy the book for like $90, but that's sold out in a minute.
Yep. Yep.
And but we're Kiss collectors. I mean, you gotta have the vault, right? You know, obviously we missed out on the turn of the where they could actually have the experience, which was at the time $2,000, and people thought Gene was nuts.
Yep.
But I haven't heard one person ever say that they had a bad time at the Gene Simmons Vault.
Yeah, and it's funny. I remember when the Vault came out, and obviously that was pre-Shouted Out Loudcast. So when the Vault came out, my interest at the time was Gene. I'm like, what do I want a vault of all his stuff that I've never heard of or I don't know? But now, all these years later, having been doing Shouted Out Loudcast for this long, and just burying ourselves in the minutia of Kiss and demos and outtakes and unreleased tracks, etc. When it became available, I said to Zeus, I'm like, dude, we have to get this. I said, not only is it going to be great for us as collectors and Kiss fans, it's going to be incredible content for the show.
Yeah. So we bought it directly from Rhino, and I think they still have it available. If anybody's interested, I think it's $4.99.
Yep.
And they'll ship it to you. It takes a couple weeks to get over to you, at least.
Yep.
It comes in a big, humongous box.
Yeah, it looks like you're getting a refrigerator delivered to your house.
Yeah, like a college fridge.
Like a mini fridge. Yeah. Yep.
And the second box has the humongous Kiss book which has 11 of the CDs in it,
Yep.
and the doll.
Mm-hmm. It also comes with the coin.
Yep.
The two-sided coin, and then it also comes with it almost looks like a luggage tag or like a dog tag or something. It comes and it kind of has when it says the Vault Experience, it's like a gold
Yeah.
it almost looks like a luggage tag type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that impresses you is the book, the Gene Simmons Vault book. And in there, it holds the 11 CDs it comes with.
Yeah, that's the thing I like is that. So it's a huge, massive, like leather bound hardcover, like coffee table book. And the first few pages is Gene's story. And I like how he kind of explains like why he did the vault, like why he wanted to do
Yeah, there's a lot of personal writings in there and descriptions of all the songs and all the contribution. Because, like we say this all the time, when Gene does something, he doesn't do it half-ass. It might be expensive out of your price range or whatever, but it's always top-notch, first class.
Like somebody else we know, us. But the thing that I like about the book is that the CDs are in the book.
Yeah.
So you have these thick cardboard pages that where the CDs are in the sleeve, and then in between that you have regular pages, and it's loaded with photos, loaded with stories of every song. I mean, that right there is super, super impressive.
Yeah, and I get the people that are like, shit, if anything, I would have bought just the CDs because you get everything. Basically, you're spending an extra $400 just to have the fucking safe and have it delivered. Really? I mean,
that's right.
And if you think about it, most people are like, the fuck am I spending $400 for a box for? But, we don't have that luxury because it was all sold out. And part of me is like the collector in you or the completist in you. You want the real version of the vault. Now, I understand, and we know when you actually bought the vault and the experience, there was also like a special prize in there, and he had some other things in there and goodies when you met him and all that stuff. That's not with the actual vault itself.
Right.
He had different parts of that experience. And I believe the original thing was buy the vault for $2,000 and you can bring you and a friend to a vault experience. And there was 50 people per city, wherever you would go to do this.
Now, the funny thing about that is when this was going on, I think me and you probably talked about it. We were like, what the fuck is that? Now, if that was announced today, me and you would have been the first two people to buy tickets to go to this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's actually 11 discs. They advertise as 10. And then he says in the book, like, I'm throwing in some more shit for you.
Yep.
And so there's 11 CDs. And we've gone through it, and we'll have episodes where we'll break down the music and stuff in the vault and stuff. But I believe the standard vault was, like I said, you brought a friend with you. So it's like $2,000. A lot of our KISS family and friends of the show and stuff did the vault experience. They all swear by it and say how awesome it was. There was all the Gene Simmons Vault home experience where Gene will make the delivery to your home at $50,000.
Can you imagine that?
There was the producer experience where you can give studio time with Gene in addition to access more unreleased songs at $25,000. So you get where Gene came up with the studio thing. He must have done some of this with the vault stuff and saw the idea.
Yep.
All of this is stuff that you see other artists doing kind of now, and Gene was mocked $2,000 for your music, but other band members are releasing huge fucking experiences of all their music and all this other shit are doing it. Just like The Evening with Gene Simmons, just like Gene is always looking out there, trying to find different ways to put himself out there with the fans, market himself, make money in different ways. God bless him.
Yeah.
Because no one's forcing you to do this shit.
Let's talk about the vault itself, the actual physical vault. Okay. So I'll be honest with you. I completely underestimated what this was. I thought this is literally the size of like a small college fridge.
Yep.
And it is sturdy and heavy as shit. This is not like some flimsy friggin' box. The thing is incredible.
It's a silly little safe.
Yeah, it comes on 4 casters. It's got 2 handles on the side. It's got like the metal corners, like the rivets all around. I mean, the thing is, it's beautiful. I'm looking at mine right here. It's beautiful. The front of it has like all like the decorative kind of outline. It's got the Gene Simmons autograph. It's got a combination. It doesn't work, but it's got the dial. It's got a handle. The handle doesn't work because it's all magnetic. You open up the door. It's got like the 2 little bolts on the side that you'd see like in a bank vault. And then you open it up and it's all lined with red felt, red velvet inside. And there's a spot to put the doll, which we didn't talk about. Mm-hmm. They call it the Gene Simmons businessman. And it's him with his arms crossed and he's got his sunglasses on. That comes like in a plastic case. There's a special place for that inside the vault. A special place for the coin. It's a 2-sided coin. In Gene Confidimus, 1966 to 2016. And the other side says, Si vos es clarion es vitas nimis. I tried to do Google Translate. Google struggled here. The direct translation says, if you are more famous, it is too old. That's the Google translation. So I'm wondering if it's like something like if it's too loud, you're too old or something like that. I don't know. But the coin is beautiful. It's sturdy. It's not plastic. One side of it has like a crown, like a double eagle wing. It's got a logo of the axe base, a logo of his signature, him doing the devil horn, and then another logo, and you flip it over, and it's got 2 dragons and the money bag logo with a crown. It says the vault. Nice, sturdy piece. And then it's got that other kind of like dog tag thing that we said. And Zeus mentioned earlier, when you did the vault experience, the vault was filled with some, special private personal items. There's a little pop-out hideaway section on the bottom of the vault. There's nothing in there, but I think that was the spot where those secret kind of hidden articles were in there. But the thing is heavy. It's sturdy. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put it because it's so big. I totally underestimated how huge this damn thing was, but it's beautiful. I mean, if you're a collector, you kind of have to have this friggin' thing. It's amazing.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those now that it's 500. I don't know if I can only imagine how many of these he sold.
Yeah.
I'm sure he made his fucking money.
Yeah.
And for me, I just feel like, if you get a chance to hear these songs, get them. I haven't gone through this fucking album yet.
Well, and the cool thing about this too, I will say, is that this is one of the few, like, it's not on streaming. Like, you can't get this. If you don't buy the vault, you're not hearing this music anywhere. I mean, yeah, of course, somebody probably uploaded to YouTube or whatever, but like, this is unique. And I mean, 11 CDs of music. I don't know what percentage of it is going to be something that we're going to want to listen to again. I don't know. I'll tell you right now, with these Kiss box sets and with this Gene Simmons thing, I actually bought myself a CD player. It's now part of my, because I just had a receiver and a turntable. I now bought a CD player because this is only available on CDs. Yeah, we're not going to try to tell you that $500 isn't something to sniff at. $500 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we know that you guys have spent way more than that on worse things as Kiss fans.
Yeah, no, exactly. To me, I think this is one of those, hey, if you got the cash, you should do it. Be a completist. Yep. Have all the stuff. I just wonder if here's the Vault Part 2.
Oh, remember I said there was 11 CDs? Now there's 22.
Yep. And COVID dropping in the middle of this really fucked up his plans.
Fucked up everything for them. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And I think if he didn't, he'd probably just be done with it and sell them all out and be done. But, making a great idea of just doing the book in the CDs, and that thing sold out so fast. And again, I think it's rhino.com where you can go and buy them. And I look forward to reviewing all these tracks on here as episodes.
I can't wait. I'll tell you right now. And Gene even says and I kind of like this. The discs are not in chronological order.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's awesome. And there's a few discs here where the entire disc is all Kiss songs. all demos of Kiss songs, all early versions of. So it's not just stuff from like when he was like pre-Kiss or post-Kiss. Or there's a ton of Kiss stuff in here. And the pictures. I mean, the book itself, that's why the book sold out. First of all, the book was, like you said, only $90, 11 CDs, and you get the book. The book
and the doll and a few other things. I think.
Yeah, the book is gorgeous. It really is. But this is not one of those things like, what do I want to hear those songs? Like, there's discs in here. Again, we're not reviewing, the whole thing here. Disc 4, every single song on the disc is from a Kiss album. So, I mean, that's exciting for us as Kiss fans.
Yeah. No, you have a bunch of Carnival Soul type songs. I Confess. Everyone's heard of Are You Ready?
Oh,
That's a fucking dude. Mongoloid Man is on this.
Yeah, it's all on there. And like
it
you
ends
said,
with fucking My Uncle is a Wrath is the last song. And now, if you don't want that song, I don't know what's wrong with you, because that's just fucking legendary.
And one other thing I liked about Gene when he's kind of talking about the description of the book and the description of the music on it, he even kind of tells you like, hey, you know what? You might not like all this. Some of the stuff is heavy guitar rock, heavy, bass and drums. Some of the stuff's Beatlesque. Some of it's harmony. Some of it's kind of soft rock. He's not trying to tell you this is 11 discs of hits. Like he's telling you this, I'm giving this to you and here's what to expect. And like Zeus mentioned earlier, at the very end of the book, there's the 11th disc. And he says, I know you thought you were getting 10 CDs, but I wanted to give you more because you've given me so much, allowed me to have this amazing career and wonderful life, and I am grateful. I mean, how can you not love Gene, for God's sakes? You know what I mean? That's why it's no surprise that right now he is kicking ass doing a solo tour. And I mean, I don't know. I've always been a Gene guy, and as I get older, I'm a bigger Gene guy.
Yeah. In disc 8, I got a song called Jelly Roll about a fat chick I hooked up with in Cincinnati, 1977. But, we're going to have a blast going through this, discovering stuff that we like, and we'll certainly bring it to you guys. But we wanted to share because Tom just got his. I got mine a little bit earlier, but Tom just got his version of the Vault. And I was like, let's fucking just do an episode on the Vault as a whole. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And it's just kind of like a little precursor to us when we dig into each of these discs. So it's going to be amazing. And we're anxious too to hear the amount of people who went to the experience, stories and what that was like, pictures, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm glad that this is available, for the masses, because when it previously came out in 2017, that was a high priced kind of like limited / exclusive type of event. Again, not that $500 is something to sniff at, but I think it's a more accessible product that more Kiss fans can be able to talk about and have fun with.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I'm just glad that we got a chance to break this thing down. So,
yep, I agree.
Tom, what we do next is we go to Kiss question of the week. We got something?
We do. So question of the week this week comes from Music Vampire, also known as Cody Guard. Now, this may be something that maybe we have touched on in the past. Again, we've been doing question of the week for 6 years now. So we got new listeners. It's a new time here. So we might want to cover some topics a little bit differently here. He says, I don't know if this has been asked before, but what do you think if Ace and Peter never sold their makeup? Do you think that Kiss and makeup would have continued after the farewell tour? If Ace and Peter wouldn't have sold their makeup, would Gene and Paul be pushing Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer as the Ankh and the Fox? They make more money with the makeup on. Gene and Paul, the only ones who can afford Vinny's prices, LOL. How would everyone react if Eric Singer was the Fox? Would love to hear your thoughts.
It would only work if Loretta and the Carr family allowed it. If they did it without his permission.
I agree.
Yeah, that would be a disaster.
Of course.
But if you thought Peter and Ace were upset with people using their makeup, talk about the late, great Eric Carr's family would be if without permission they were doing this.
So this is a multi-tiered question, Cody. And again, thank you so much for submitting it and for being a supporter of the show. Appreciate it. I'm going to kind of focus a little bit on the last part here when you says, how would everyone react with Eric Singer as the Fox? This is my personal opinion. If you think people freak out with Eric as the Catman, I think that would be tenfold if he was the Fox.
Yeah.
I think Eric Carr is so beloved, and God rest his soul for passing away so young. I think people would lose their fucking minds if they saw Eric Singer in Kiss as the Fox. Tommy Thayer as the Ankh Warrior. I don't think anybody would care. They'd probably think, oh, that's kind of interesting. I think that would be the opposite. Everybody loses their mind with him as Ace. I don't think anybody would give a shit if he was the Ankh. But I think Eric as the Fox, no way would that work. And like you said, especially if they didn't get the blessing of the Carr family and Loretta.
No, I agree with you. Great point.
Yeah. Cody, great question, buddy. Appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Tom, where can people find us?
Always go to our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's where you can find all of our episodes, Shout It Out Loudcast episodes, Dorm Damage, Album Review Crew, Zeppelin Chronicles, everything is there. You can click on all of our social media links to our Patreon, links to our Amazon shopping, links to our merch, all of that. And you can also click on all the links from our incredible array of guests that we've been blessed and lucky enough to have on our show. You can go there, see out some cool pictures of us recording with them, and click on those pictures and it'll take you to their links, their social media, whatever, their websites. And of course, you can always comment directly on the website. We get those in the form of an email, which is very cool. And if you want your question of the week, please use our email, which is shoutitoutloudcast.com. You can also use social media too. That's fine. Shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. We read a question every week. And at the end of the year, we do a mailbag episode. So please keep the questions coming. We love them. And of course, we always like to say that we are a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of podcasts.
People can always DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Check out our threads, TikTok, our Spotify playlist, where you would go to our profile to see the playlist that we have created for you. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which we appreciate for that as well, and give us one of those 5-star child reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you can leave us a 5-star review. We greatly appreciate it. And we obviously read them on the episode and give you a personalized shout out for the review that helps the show grow. And it brings us to the masses. And Tom, we're on a little bit of a streak here. We got a new one here from Australia. Australia.
All right. Go for it.
5-star review. It says, Tom and Zeus, fantastic duo. What a special show.
I like that.
That is instinctive and honest, passionate and real. The best Kiss podcast going.
Damn. Yeah. Wow.
It's from Danuli. Danuli, thank you. Please.
Danuli, thank you, brother or sister.
Yeah. Let us know who you are so we can definitely give you a more personalized shout out, but we appreciate this. And this is a big help to us. So if you can, please, give us a 5-star child review on these, like Apple Podcasts, like we said, Spotify and more. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
and always go to our website to get everything Shouted Out Loudcast that you might need or want. And that includes merch. That includes, episodes. That includes our rankings, everything you can imagine about Shout It Out Loudcast is right there. Shoutitoutloudcast.com, shoutitoutloudcast.com. We always end with famous last words. Tom, do you have any?
Oh, of course. I can put on any face. You all know me, but it's no disgrace. The King of Night? He understands. That's right, baby. I'm going to continue to sing like an angel for all you people out there.
Well, if you're looking for the best, baby, be my guest. I'm right before your eyes. I'm telling you no lies.
Yeah.
Tom, Kiss Army, Loudcasters, thank you.
Guys, you're the best. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Patreon, Loudcasters, everybody in Gene Simmons in your vault. Hell yeah. Zeus, as always, my friend. Thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out-of-shape, worldwide kiss-tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down. Cut the music.
Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie get Bobby Lupo?